Yes, good morning all.
Good
Hope
morning,
it is,
sir.
yeah, good morning. Hope it is audible for you.
Yes, sir.
So today, before going to the new topic, let me discuss yesterday's homework. Hope you have done that, but I can find that old part is not correct from the Google Classroom what I have seen. So you can cross verify your answers from here. Okay. Have you done the homework? Have you tried it?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. So here, this is a given signal that you have. So you need to find the even part and odd part. This is a rectangular waveform which exists from -1 to 1, whose value is 1. And from 1 to 2, its value is -1. Okay. So this is some sort of rectangular and square waveform, a combination of rectangular as well as square waveform. So this x of t, we need to decompose into odd component and even component. So for that, first of all, we have to plot x of minus t. Okay, x of t is already given. First, we need to draw x of minus t, means time reversal. So how we are going to plot x of minus t? Whatever we have at the left hand side, that is left hand side of the vertical axis, you will put to the right side, and whatever we have at the right side of your y axis, you will put to left side without changing the amplitude. Amplitude is 1 and -1 at the positive and negative y axis respectively. Okay, so same waveform we are drawing in x of minus t, but the only difference is we are taking the mirror image. Any doubts in x of minus t? Please, this is clear. Just what I have done is, whatever I have kept at 1, you will be putting at -1. Whatever we have at 2, you will be putting at -2. Okay, and this you have to bring to the right side, that is to the positive value. So this is your x of minus t. Now we are going to add these two, x of t plus x of minus t. So first we will come from the extreme left, starting from -2. Here you don't have anything at -2. Okay, when you consider x of t, you don't have any signal from -2 to -1. Do you have any signal over here? No. So it can be treated as 0. Okay, so 0 plus, coming to the next figure, you have -1 here. During the time interval -2 to -1, you are having -1. So 0 plus -1 is -1. So that is being plotted during the time interval -2 to -1. Now coming to the next interval, -1 to 0. Coming back to x of t, from -1 to 0, you have 1 over here. And from -1 to 0, here also you have 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. So you are going to plot a signal which becomes constant at 2. So this is at 2 during the time interval -1 to 0. Clear? Now during the time interval 0 to 1, taking the next interval 0 to 1, here you have 1. And in the second figure also you have 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. So the added signal will get retained at the same level, that is at 2. Now coming to the last interval 1 to 2, here during the time interval 1 to 2, the signal is at -1. But coming to the second figure, during the time interval 1 to 2, do you have any signal over here? No, that means 0. So -1 plus 0 is -1. So your output will be at -1. -1 means you have to plot it in negative y-axis, that is down the x-axis. Yeah. So this is x of t plus x of minus t. Now to plot the even signal, you know the formula. The equation for even is x of t plus x of minus t whole divided by 2. So this is the even signal what you have. So what we have is, here the amplitude is 2 and here the amplitude is -1. So to divide by 2, what should be that? This 2 will become 1 and this -1 will become -half. So the only thing what you have done is, you have changed the amplitude towards half of the previous value. You have divided the amplitude by half or divided by 2, so that the amplitude will become half and the time axis will remain same. There is no change for time axis. So this is the even part that you got. Everybody got this answer? Any doubt regarding this even part? Why are we dividing by 2? Okay. We are dividing by 2 because the even formula, even signals formula is x of t plus x of minus t divided by 2. And this part is being already taught in the second class. You can go through the notes. Okay. You have a derivation for even part and odd part. That is, even part is given by x of t plus x of minus t by 2. And odd part is x of t minus x of minus t divided by 2. Okay. You have already, suppose you add this even and odd part, what you will get? You have this formula xc of t. Okay. And for odd part, you have the formula. What is the formula for odd part? X of t minus x of minus t divided by 2. What will be the answer if you add this even part and odd part? What will be the answer?
Sir, x of t.
X of t, which means that combination of odd and even numbers is nothing but your original natural numbers. Clear? If you have natural numbers from 1 to infinity, you will have the odd parts as well as even part. So the combination of even and odd is nothing but the entire sequence, entire set of natural numbers. So that is what is being proved here. Okay. So Nirmit, is it clear? Nirmit?
Yes, sir, it is clear now.
Okay. Okay. Now coming to the odd part, to find the odd part, you need to subtract x of t minus x of minus t. So already we have x of t here and x of minus t is already plotted. No need to repeat x of minus t because see, the important aspect of this paper is you have to save the time. Okay. So manage the time properly. That is, unwanted things you can omit. Okay. X of minus t already we have plotted. So to draw the odd part again, no need to draw x of minus t. From the figure 2 itself, we can directly subtract 1 minus 2. So we are trying to subtract figure 1 minus figure 2. So again, will come from negative extremity. You don't have anything from minus 2 to minus 1. Do we have anything from minus 2 to minus 1? No. So it is 0. And during the same interval here, you have negative 1. So 0 minus minus 1. Remember, you are subtracting. So 0 minus minus 1 will become positive 1. Okay. Be careful while subtracting. 0 minus negative 1. You are subtracting negative 1 from 0, which means that the answer is plus 1. So the subtracted output will be plus 1 during the time interval minus 2 to minus 1. Now I will come to next interval minus 1 to 0. Minus 1 to 0. Here you have 1. Here you have 1. Clear? Both the signals are at 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, from 0 to 1, what do you have here? 0 to 1 is 1. Again, for x of minus t, again 0 to 1 is, sorry, what is that? Yeah, 0 to 1 is 1. So both x of t and x of minus t are having same amplitude 1 during the time interval 0 to 1. So the difference is 0. If it is same amplitude means the difference is 0. So we can say that from the interval minus 1 to 1, both the two signals are having the same amplitude, so that the difference now it will become 0 as shown here. Okay, 0 means it will lie in x-axis itself. So from minus 1 to 1, you don't have any signal. It will retain at x-axis itself. Any doubts? Now I will come to 1 to 2. 1 to 2, here you have negative 1. Again, from here, you don't have any signal. So negative 1 minus 0 is again negative 1. This is what I mean. Sign has yesterday some confusion regarding this. Now, is it clear? If 1 to 2, you have
Yes,
negative.
sir.
Yeah, 1 to 2, here you have negative 1. And here you have 0. So negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1. So you are plotting negative 1 during the time interval. Yeah, during the time interval 1 to 2, you are plotting negative 1 as shown here. Okay, so this is your subtracted output. Now we have to divide by 2. This is a formula for odd. X O of t means it is odd signal. So you just want to replace the amplitude 1 with 1 by 2 and minus 1 with minus 1 by 2. That's all. Okay, so I finished the second type of signal. So as of now, we have discussed two different types of signal. One is continuous and discrete type signal. First classification. Second classification was even and odd signal. Now I'm moving to the next classification of signal, periodic and non-periodic signal. The coming 12th means it is Thursday, I guess. Isn't it? Today's 5th. No, 12th is Saturday, next Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday, sir.
Yeah, Saturday. Okay. So next Saturday, you have quiz 1. Okay, you will have quiz 1. So each and every one of you will be getting a link, a Google form link having 5 questions. So you have to attempt that 5 questions. It will be in your first hour only. The same hour next Saturday. Okay, same hour next Saturday. So whatever I am taking till Friday, that will be applicable for your quiz. So the next class, yeah, whatever I'm taking the previous day, that is Friday, 8th of September, that will come for your quiz 1. Only 5 questions, each carries 1 marks. Okay, it will be different questions for different one. You will have a link in your Google Classroom. You can access that link. Okay, and attend it. You will have 10 to 12 minutes. That depends upon the complexity of the question. It can be a problematic question or it can be theoretical question. So depending upon that, you will be allotted time. So within that time, you have to submit the. So next classification is periodic and non-periodic signal. Again, you need to clearly understand the concept of a periodic signal. Any continuous time signal x of t is said to be periodic. I hope you have the notes and pen with you. You can write the condition of periodic. Okay. Any signal x of t is said to be a periodic signal if it satisfies the following condition. What is that following condition? X of t is equal to x of t plus capital T. So if this condition is satisfied, means that signal can be called as a periodic signal. So any signal satisfying this particular condition, that can be considered as a continuous time signal. Okay, I repeat it in a physical aspect. This is a theoretical aspect. I will explain it in a physical aspect. Suppose t is equal to 0. What is t? Small letter t. What is that? Time instant. Okay. What is capital T? Capital T is otherwise known as fundamental time period. You know what is time period? Can anybody explain what is time period?
So the time interval in which a given signal would repeat itself, like the nature of the signal starts repeating itself.
Very good, very good. Or it can be considered as a time during which a signal completes its full cycle. Time taken by a signal to complete its full cycle. Full cycle in the sense, after that particular amount of time, it will repeat itself. The same pattern will be repeating itself after a regular interval of time. That regular interval of time is known as time period. Okay. Any doubt with respect to capital T? Suppose a sine wave you take. You take a sine wave. Sine wave will have a positive half as well as a negative half. Clear? Suppose it takes 4 seconds, 2 seconds for positive half and 2 seconds for negative half. Okay. So totally it will take 4 seconds to complete. So at the 4th second, what will happen? It is going to repeat itself periodically. Okay. Same pattern will repeat after every interval of time. In that case, we can consider that 4 seconds is the time period of the particular signal. Okay. So time period is nothing but time taken by a signal to repeat itself periodically, which means after that particular amount of time, the signal's pattern will repeat itself. Whatever the pattern that it has previously, the same pattern is going to repeat after a particular amount of time. That time is nothing but your time period or fundamental time period. Basically, it will be always a positive integer. Now, suppose t equal to 0. Small letter t I'm talking about. Okay. Suppose t equal to 0. What do you mean by x of 0? Anybody? Krishna Chaitanya, what do you mean by x of 0? What do you?
I think time will be infinite.
No. What is the physical meaning of x of 0? Physical meaning of x
The
of
start
0.
of the cycle, sir.
Sir, no motion.
No, no, no.
Amplitude.
Rakesh, tell me once more. I didn't get you.
Amplitude is 0, sir.
No, no, no. Very good that you are responding. I'm very happy, but no problem, no problem. Any other answers?
The value of the signal at instant t equals 0.
Yes, good sign. X of 0 is the amplitude of the signal or the magnitude of the signal at t equal to 0. Okay. I told you x is a variable, or x is simply a name of a signal which varies or whose characteristics varies with the time. So at the time t equal to 0, what is the amplitude or what is the magnitude of the signal? That is what is known as x of 0. Clear? This x of 0 means it has a defined value at t equal to 0. That's all. X of 0 means it is nothing but the value of the signal at t equal to 0. Now, suppose the time period of the given signal is 5. Suppose the time period of this given signal is 5, means capital T equal to 5. Now, what will be the value at the right side of this equation, whatever I have kept in this box? What is the value at right side of this equation for this given example? Given example is t is equal to 5, capital T equal to 5, small letter t equal to 0. So what will happen at right side? It will become x of
5.
x of 5. Good. Okay. So left side you are having x of 0, right side you are having x of 5. Clear? So which means that x of 0 is equal to x of 5. That means the signal at t equal to 0 is same as that of signal at t equal to 5. So whatever you are getting at 0, 0 means initial start or the origin. Okay. At the origin, whatever you have, the same signal is going to come at 5 also, fifth time also. Now come to 1. Jeffrey can interpret. Second case you explain, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Charles. Put t equal to 1 and tell me the equation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, put t equal to 1. What will happen? Capital T is 5, small letter t is 1. So how this equation will become? No problem. Next, okay. It's an next. Lokesh, which was Lokesh.
X of 1 will be equal to x of 6.
Good, good. X of 1 is equal to x of 6 means the signal at 1 is going to be equal to 6. Now, similarly, if you are substituting t equal to 2, x of 2 is equal to x of 7 because capital T is going to be constant. It is 5. Okay. Capital T, assume it as 5. So 2 plus 5 becomes 7. So whatever you are having the signal at t equal to 2, it is same as that of 7, which means that the signal's pattern from 0 to 4. I repeat, the signal's pattern at 0 to 4, it is going to be repeated from 5 to how much? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means 5 instant. So it is going to be repeated at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all. Okay. 0 to 4 means what is the time period? 0 to 4 means what is the time period? Suppose it is a discrete time signal. You have different signals at each and every instant of time. You will have a signal at 0, you will have signal at 1, you will have a signal at 2, you will have a signal at 3, and you will have a signal at 4. Later on from 5, the same pattern is continuing. So what is the time period?
5, sir.
5. Don't say it is 4, it is 5, isn't it? 0 to 1 means 1 second. 1 to 2, 2, 2 to 3, 3, 3 to 4, 4, 4 to 5 is 5. Okay. Only from 5th second only it is going to start. So don't confuse yourself. That is 0 to 4. Though the signal is at 0 to 4, but from 5th time only, from 5th instant of time only, the signal is repeating from its initial value. Okay. So that the entire time interval is 5. Okay. So fundamental duration or fundamental time period is going to be 5. Now the reciprocal of this time period is nothing but frequency, which is given here. See, f is equal to 1 by t. This is known as frequency, whose unit is hertz. That you know. What is frequency? Frequency is number of cycles per second. So second inverse is nothing but hertz. 1 by second is nothing but your hertz. Now you have another parameter, that is angular frequency, which is represented by omega. This and all you know, the fundamental physics, 2 pi f, which is equal to 2 pi by t. Instead of f, you can put 1 by t. Clear? Now, if this condition is not satisfied, which condition? X of t not equal to x of t plus t. If this condition is not satisfied, then you can say that it is non-periodic. So take your note and fill the conditions for periodic and non-periodic. Condition of periodic is x of t equal to x of t plus capital T. Condition of non-periodic is x of t not equal to x of t plus capital T. So if at all this condition, whatever I have put in this box is not satisfied, then it is called as non-periodic signal. Okay. Now you have to draw this example. Before drawing this, I think it has some got error. Okay, you can replace. You just draw the signal. Here you replace 3. Okay, instead of 4, you put 3 here. Please note carefully and draw in your signal. This will be 5 and this will be 7. This will be 7 and this will be 9. Okay. Same thing here. This is -1. This is -3. This is -5. And this is -7. Okay. Same shape you retain and just you have to change the x-axis alone. Kindly draw this example of a continuous time signal and you let me know why this is a continuous time periodic signal. Please note the error and draw carefully on your notebook. Okay. Once you draw, you please let me know. Okay, Nikhil Ja, I'm telling this particular continuous time signal is a periodic signal. Why it is periodic? Can you tell me?
So because it repeats itself, sir.
It repeats itself. Okay. Can you focus any time duration? What is the time period of the signal? What is the time period of the signal? Consider -1 to 3. Consider the time instant -1 to 3 and let me know what is the time period. -1 to 3 means what's the time period? Just you calculate -1 to 3.
So 4. 4, sir.
Very good. Similarly, what is from 3 to what is that? 3 to 7. I mean, yeah, 3 to 7. What is it? 3 to 7 is also 4, isn't it?
4. Same, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So the time period of the signal is 4. So please, correct those error in the x-axis. It is not 4. It is 3. It is 5. It is 7. This is 9. Okay. Similarly, you have 3, -5, -7, -9. Okay. So this time period is having 4. Capital T of this particular signal is 4. And you can say that after each and every 4 seconds, after each and every 4 unit of time, the signal is repeating. Clear? Once you focus this -1 to 4, will I note it? You focus this -1 to 4, this duration, you will have a positive half cycle here. You will have a negative half cycle here. Means the signal ends at this point of time. Clear? Signal ends, starts from -1 and ends at 3. But at 3, again the signal is starting and ends at 7. Clear? So these two half cycles constitute one period. Similarly, after each and every 4 seconds, the signal is repeating. So it is called a periodic signal. So this is the good example of a periodic signal. So you should be able to identify whenever I'm giving a signal on your quiz 1, and you should be able to find whether the signal is periodic signal or non-periodic signal by observing the pattern. Clear? Any doubts with respect to this? Now we will be discussing the example of a non-periodic signal. again the continuous time version. Okay. Again with the continuous time version, we will be explaining an example of a non-periodic continuous time signal. So example number 2, this is again a continuous time signal, but it is non-periodic. Can anybody tell why this is non-periodic?
So because the signal has only one wave.
Okay. One wave in the sense, only one cycle.
So
you are
from
not
-1
repeating
to
for.
1, we have the particular given cycle, and
Yeah.
the remaining cycles are not given.
Okay, very good, very good. So suppose if you are considering this as the entire observation time. So what is the observation time of the signal? Only -1 to 1 means 2 seconds. Clear? This is 1. -1 to 0 means 1. 0 to 1 is another 1 second. So continuously you are having 2 seconds as observation time. But what happens after this 2 seconds? It is not given. It is unpredictable. It is a random signal, in fact. Okay. After 1 second or t equal to 1, you don't have any signal in the left right side. Again, after -1, you don't have any signal at the left side. So this cannot be a periodic signal. Otherwise, it can be treated as a non-periodic signal because our condition has been not satisfied. What is our condition? X of t is equal to x of t plus capital T. Now, I will check whether this condition with respect to this graph, whether our condition is being satisfied or not. What was our condition? Condition is x of t equal to x of capital T plus t plus capital T, right? So if you take t as 0, I mean if you take t as 0, x of 0 should be equal to x of 0 plus x of 0 plus what is this? For that example number 1, it is here. So x of 0 should be equal to x of 4. So x of 0 is, what is x of 0?
1.
1. Okay. Now what is x of 4? What is x of 4? Again, it is 1. You don't, this is 3, right? This is 3. X of, see, within 10 minutes, this meeting will going to end, but you can log in with the same meeting afterwards. Okay. So likewise, you check. Okay, it will be difficult to check with this graph. I'll go to next graph and then I'll check. Okay, this graph you can check. But this is a discrete time signal. This is a discrete time signal and it is very easy to check our condition. Draw this graph. All of you draw this graph. In y-axis, put x of n. In x-axis, you put n. Draw this graph and check whether our condition is being satisfied or not. Also find the fundamental time period. Remember, at 0 you are having 1. I have put a dot here. So at 0 you are having 1. After taking down this figure, you should be able to find the time period of the signal. Nishant, you have to speak. Okay. Nishant has to tell what is the time period of this signal after plotting the waveform. Nishant. Yeah, you tell what is the time period. Is it 5 or is it 6?
6, sir.
6. Okay. Why it is 6? Because you can see clearly the signal is starting from 0 and the value is 1. Same signal is happening again at 6. So this is your pattern. 0 to 5 is your pattern. The same pattern is going to continue from instant 6. Okay. So this is your pattern. The same pattern is continuing from n equal to 6, so that your time period is 6. Fundamental time period is 6. Now you just check our condition. What is our condition? Condition is x of n. Now it is not x of t. Condition is x of n is equal to x of n plus capital N. Okay. Instead of putting t, we will put capital N. Why? This is discrete. Okay. Just you are replacing capital T with capital N and small letter t with a small letter n. So this is a condition to be satisfied for a periodic discrete time signal. This is a condition to be satisfied for a periodic discrete time signal. Now you check the condition by substituting the time instant value. Put n equal to 0 here. Put n equal to 0 here and check. You can mute yourself. So when n equal to 0 means x of 0 is equal to x of 0 plus 6. Clear? You told that n is equal to 6, isn't it? So x of 0 is equal to x of 6. Okay. Now check in the graph whether the condition is satisfied. At 0 you are having 1. At 6 is also you are having 1. So that condition is fine now. Now what about at n equal to 1? X of 1 is equal to x of 1 plus 6. So x of 1 is equal to x of 7. X of 1 is equal to x of 7. So that is also satisfied. Again, x of 2 will be equal to x of 8. X of 3. X of 3, what should be equal to? X of 3 is equal to x of 3 plus 6. That is 9. Check whether it is satisfying.
X of 9.
Yeah. 3 at 3 you are having
Yes, sir.
negative. Yeah. At 3 you are having -1. At 9 also you are having -1. In that way, you can check whether our conditions are satisfying. So this is a periodic signal. But if this condition is not satisfying, then it is called non-periodic signal or aperiodic. Non-periodic is otherwise known as aperiodic signal. Okay. Now, earlier version you have put omega in this way. This is the way of representing angular frequency for a continuous time signal. Okay. Omega is equal to 2 pi f, that is 2 pi by t. The unit of omega is radians per second. But when you come to, discrete time signal, the way of putting omega is different. It should be in a symbol of ohm. You know the symbol of ohm, right? See? Ohm. But you won't call this as ohm. This is again omega. Okay. So omega is equal to 2 pi by n. So got the difference in putting W and ohm. When you're putting omega in the form of W, that is nothing but the angular frequency of a continuous time version. But when you come to the discrete time case, you will interpret this angular frequency in terms of ohm. So omega is equal to 2 pi by capital T. Instead of capital T, you will put capital N. Okay, the unit is radians, not radians per second you won't get, because N is an integer only. It is a dimensionless quantity. Okay, so the unit of omega for a continuous time signal is radians per second, but the unit of omega for a discrete time signal is radians, because capital N is a dimensionless quantity. It is nothing but an integer. Integer is a dimensionless quantity. Now, hope you have drawn this example for a continuous time periodic, discrete time periodic signal. Now you will draw the example for a discrete time non-periodic signal. Draw. Discrete time non-periodic signal. Only 2 minutes left with this meeting. Once it is ended, you can join with the same link again. Discrete time non-periodic signal. Your attendance link is posted in the classroom. Mark your attendance. Not now, once after the class. this is a discrete time, non-periodic signal. Why so? Because the pattern is not repeating. What is the pattern over here? 1, 0.5, 0.25. If I can have 1, 0.25 and 0.5 in 3, 4, 5, then it would be fine. Isn't it? If you have a signal 1 at 3, if you have another signal whose amplitude is 0.5 at 4, and you have another impulse at 0.25 at 5, then the same pattern, whatever at 0 to 2, it is repeating from 3 to 5, again from 6, 7, 8, like that. Again in the negative axis also, it should be like this. Then it can be treated as a periodic signal. But unfortunately, this pattern is not repeating itself after the particular time t. So it can be called as a non-periodic signal or a periodic signal. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now we will go for the problem. Take down the problem.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, do we have any uniform signal in this?
Uniform signal in the sense, I didn't get you.
Sir, like 1 is 0.5, 2 is 0.5, 3 is 0.5. Do we have like that?
No. This is just an example.
Okay.
Okay, suppose this pattern is again, again repeating means we can say, we can classify this as a periodic signal. But in practical life, you can get a, see, sine wave is an example of periodic signal. No, have you heard of oscillators? In basic electronics, you would have studied about oscillators. Have you heard of oscillators?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have generated some oscillations like audio frequency signals of 1 kilohertz. Suppose a sine wave, you have generated a sine wave. That sine wave will continue. It will continue its oscillation until